Now that we have access to the form values, we need to pass them up the component tree to the parent, the app. We can do this using two-way function binding. Once we pass the data back up to the app, we're going to change the state. So the first place I want to get started with this is over in our ski-day row component. So we're going to be capturing this date information from our form, so I want to make sure that we're getting all of the types correct. So instead of displaying all of these functions, we're just going to display the date. And then we're going to change our prop type here to just a simple string. And we'll say is required to for good measure. Awesome. So the next thing I want to do is open our add day form. And currently we're just logging some values to our console, but we want to actually use these values. So let's go ahead on line 12 and create a new function here. We're going to call onNewDay. So onNewDay, we're going to send an object, and the object is going to have the new values for resort, for date, for powder, and for backcountry. Awesome. So let's go ahead and remove our console messages, and we're going to replace them with the following. Once we submit our form, we're going to reset all of our values to empty strings. So we'll say resort.value equals an empty string. We'll say date.value equals an empty string. Powder.checked. The equivalent for this is just to set it to false. And we'll set backcountry check to false too. Great, so just a little cleanup happening there. Now, since we're using this onNewDay as part of our submit, we need to add this as a property of the add day form. So let's go ahead and use onNewDay. So let's give this thing a save. And also I'm noticing we're still importing component here. We don't need that anymore, so let's get rid of that. And the next place I want to look is in our app file. Let's first remove 2 of our ski days, and we're going to change our date to 2016. We'll just make it a string, 2016-01-02. Awesome. So this is where we need to create our add new day function. So the first thing I want to do is on line 39 here, we're going to pass on new day down as a property to the add day form. We'll say this dot add day. And then I need to create my add day function. So the add day function is just going to be responsible for adding the new day to state. So we'll take in a new day, and we're going to reset the state using this dot set state. Now this dot set state is going to take in a new object. We're going to say all ski days. And all ski days is going to be an array, and we're going to use some ES6 spread operator syntax for this. So what the spread operator does is it takes all of the existing days that are held in state, so this dot state dot all ski days. So whether there are 2 days or 200 days, it's going to push those into a new state object, and it's also going to add the new day. So let's give these functions a little more space here, just to separate them a little bit better. And we also want to bind our function in the constructor. So we'll say this dot add day equals this dot add day dot bind this. So let's see what we have going on over in our browser. We're going to refresh to our local host. We have our 1 day held in state. That's great. I'm going to go over to add new day, and we'll select add day. And now if we go to our list, we should see that our new day is being captured. Very cool. So we've done some two-way data binding here. We've passed information from a child back up to the parent using refs. And then the new state data is held consistently in the application throughout all of its components.